Okay, so let's continue with our work. We want to fix the view position form, and I'll show you how and why in a minute. And we want to add forms for the branch, both for viewing data about branches and for adding a new branch. So let's get a closer look here. And if you see the position table, the position form, I'm sorry, we can jump around in different positions, and that's great. And we can search for the positions, but the information that we get from the staff table only shows the branch number. It doesn't show me the branch address and the branch telephone number. And here it's something that I might want to see, all right? So that I have all the information available to me. So we're going to have to make a change so that we're going to create a query that consolidates our data, and then we're going to make the source of this form, this subform here, the source is going to be that query instead of the staff table. So let's do that right now. First, let's close this. We don't need to see it. We're going to create a query in design view. I'm going to add the 3 tables, okay? And the information that I want is the staff number, the staff name, the salary, the position, the branch, but I also want to add from the branch table, I'm going to add the address and the telephone number. Just to check, I'm going to run this query and make sure that I have the information as that I need. So here we go. So this is it, consolidated. So I have staff number, staff name, salary, the position that they hold, the branch number, the branch address, and the branch telephone number. This is what I want, a consolidated view of my data. I can save that, and I'm going to call this all data query. There we go. So all data query. Now, just to make sure that you see the whole thing, this is my consolidated data. All right, here's the telephone number column at the end. So now what I want to do is go back to my view position form, and when I move around here, I want to see all the information that is in that query, consolidated data. All right, so I'm going to go to design view, and for this table, for this subform right here, it says that the source, and I'm going to switch to my full screen. Here we go. So for this subform right here, the source is table, staff table, right here. I want to change that so that the source is going to be my query that I just created, all data. Okay? So I'm going to save that, view, and this is what I get. Okay, so I have a view of the address and branch for the different people, branch address and branch telephone number for the different positions. Okay, that's a lot better, I think. I'm going to change to layout view just to move things a little bit here, you know, give it a little bit more space so that I can see it. All right, so when you see it, well, oops, sorry. There we go. There we go. 3 positions and the data related to those 3 positions. Or I can just jump around. That looks great. All right, save that, close it, close my query, save it, right? Okay, close it. Let's make sure that it works. There we go. It's working fine. Close. Okay. Now that we have that fixed, we can move on to the branch table and the menu. So let's start with the branch table. We're going to create forms similar to what we did with position to view and to add branches. All right, so create form. Here's the basic form for the branch. And that gives me information about the branch and the people that work in that branch, right? And I'm going to edit it just to make it look good. Here we go. Here we go. I'm also going to add buttons to move left and right, to move through the record. So insert above, and I'm going to split this one, split it again, and split it again to have two good sized buttons. I'm gonna stretch that out. And then design, button, select the space you want it, and record navigation. This one would be go to previous, keep the defaults, rename it previous branch, finish. There we go. And I'm going to add the next button. Record navigation, go to next record, go to next branch, and finish. And that should do it. So test them out, move to design view, to form view, and just test. There we go. It's working fine. All right. Now I need that search functionality. So I'm going to go back to design view, stretch my header over here. I'm going to maybe add a row below. Okay. And I want to make sure that that one is, there we go, a little bit stretched so that it fits. So design, combo box, draw it. What we want to do, remember, is, and let me close up here. Remember that what we want to do is find a record on my form based on the value selected in the combo box. I want to add both the branch number and the branch address. I want to see both branch number and the branch address. There we go. Next. And I'm going to call it branch. All right, finish. So branch. And I'm going to insert this into the, oops, let me, oops. Sometimes fighting with the controls is really hard. There we go. Okay. Branch, unbound. If you feel it's too long, you can split the record. Remember, split the field so that, you know, it's a little bit shorter. And you have space here for something else. We don't really need anything else, so let's bring it in a little bit and let's test our form. There we go. So when I select a branch, I move to that branch and I see the information about that branch. That looks great. So let's save that as view branch form. Okay, view branch form. And now I can close it, and I need to add a new branch. So again, branch table selected, create form. This time around, I'm going to delete the subform that gives me information because I only need the branch fields, right? There we go. I'm going to add a new row below, and I'm going to stretch that out and split it so that I have nice space for my buttons. 2 buttons, that's what I want. Design, add a button, select where you want it to go, and this is record operation, add new record. Go to new and new branch. New branch. And another button to save the record. So record operation, save record, keep the defaults and name it. Save branch. Finish. There we go. New and save. If you want to test them out, you can. But if you follow the steps, they work. Okay, it's the like defaults. So test them out. Boom. That's a new one. I can type in. I don't want to do that right now. I'm just going to save, add branch form. Okay, and close. All right, we're done. So the only thing that we're missing now is our menu, and Access also makes that easy by giving you some templates that you can use for menus. We're gonna build one right now from a template. So if you go to create, to the forms box, there's a navigation drop down here, and it gives you like different ways in which you can add navigation to your database. I'm going to use horizontal tabs. I like that. All right, so how does this work? We're going to add a new button that's going to show us all data. Okay, and this is going, actually I don't have a that form yet. I'm going to build it later. And we're going to add a form for view by position, and we're going to add a new one for view by branch, and we're going to add another tab for add staff. We're going to add another one for add position, and we're going to add a last one for add branch. Those are the functions that we want to include in our database. I'm just stretching it out so that I can see everything. Okay. Neat. This is going to be our menu. Now I'm going to edit here this space. This is where the forms are going to appear, and I'm just going to say I'm going to open up the properties, and I need to switch to my full screen for this. I'm going to open up the properties sheet right here. Okay, and that gives me the properties here. So navigation target, that's what I'm looking for. Okay, so in view by position, I have this option here, navigation target name, and you can drop down and select the form that is going to show in this space right here. So view position, I want the view position form. It's going to show here. All right. In the view branch, I'm going to go to navigation target name, and I'm going to select the view branch form right here. In the add staff, I'm going to go to form, add staff right here. In the add position, I'm going to go to form, add position. Add branch, again, the navigation target name is going to be the add branch form. And the all data, I don't have it yet. I have to create it. So I'm going to have to create a new form, and the new form will come from the query that I created. Remember that query with all the data? Well, I'm going to create a form, but this time around it's going to be a very specific form. It's going to be a data sheet form, and that is found in the forms, more forms, data sheet. So a data sheet form based on my query. So again, select the query, go to forms, more form, create more forms, data sheet. All right, and this is the form. It just shows all the info, right? It's kind of like a table, but it's actually a form. So let's save it, and I'm going to save it as all data form. There we go. Save it like that, all data form. You can close it if you want. And here in all data, in the navigation target name, I'm going to select the all data form. All right, there we go. That's it. This navigation form is done. and I can test it if I want. Like, I can move from one form to the other with the tabs. You can see that, right? And all of my forms are going to work within, oops, I'm editing, so, okay. So form view, there we go. Oops, there we go. Okay. So my forms are going to work within my menu. Okay, there we go. My view by branch, my add staff, it's going to work, of course. Add position, it's here and it works. Add branch, and the all data, kind of like to see everything. All right, so I'm going to save my navigation. Sorry, save. I'm going to call it main form. Main form. All right. So whenever my client or the user comes to use the database, all he has to do is open up the main form. He has all the data right here. He can start looking at it, going through it, or he can go, well, let me see my assistants. Okay, these are the 2 assistants I have, etc., etc., right? Or let me see my by branch. So let me go branch 3. These are the people that are working there right now. I can add staff, add a new staff member. All right, I'm not going to do that. Or I can add a new position. I'm not going to do that right now. Or I can add a new branch, right? But I'm not going to do that right now. I can just move through my application through the forms and the navigation. And that is that. We're done. We completed an exercise with forms, and we have the forms actually so that people are able to use the data in our database efficiently, right? Without having to go through the tables. That's the main thing. All right. Thank you very much. Follow along, and the exercise that you have to turn in is the same branch database that you completed last week, but this time around, having followed these 2 tutorials, you need to have all the forms working. All right, the forms that we've created with the query that we created as well. Thank you very much and have a good day.